viewers, this is ERi-TV English News, broadcasting live from the headquarters in the capital, Asmara. I'm Bersabet Akhla with your latest updates on the world's most pressing issues. We'll start with the top stories for today, Thursday 25th. Eritrean delegation holds bilateral meetings with various officials. Ambassador Sofia Tesfa Mariam addresses annual meeting of Group of 77 in China. India tests a railway-based ballistic missile. And Venezuela hit by a 6.3 magnitude earthquake. And your local reports. Mr. Osman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs, met yesterday on the sidelines of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York with Ms. Annette Weber, EU Special Representative for the Horn of Africa, and Ms. Maria Malmer, Swedish Foreign Minister. Discussions with the EU Special Representative focused on vital issues of peace and security in the Red Sea and the Horn of Africa region, as well as Eritrea-EU cooperation. Ms. Weber commended Eritrea's critical role in maintaining maritime safety and security in the Red Sea. Both sides emphasized the importance of respecting the territorial integrity, sovereignty and independence of all states, and agreed to continue engagement and coordination on key regional and bilateral matters. The meeting with the Swedish Foreign Minister centered on strengthening bilateral relations and cooperation. The two sides also exchanged views on the peace and security situations in the Horn of Africa. Foreign Minister Osman Saleh also held talks with the Foreign Minister of Cuba, Mr. Bruno Rodriguez Parilla, Mr. Sering Modu, Foreign Minister of Gambia, and Saeed Badr bin Hamad bin Hamoud Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister of the Sultanate of Oman. The meeting with Cuba's foreign minister focused on international issues of mutual concern and enhancing cooperation in multilateral fora, including close coordination in upholding the principles of the UN Charter. In the meeting with the foreign minister of Gambia, the two sides reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening bilateral ties and deepening cooperation in multilateral fora to advance Africa's interests. They also exchanged views on peace and security challenges facing the continent. During the friendly talks with his Omani counterpart, Mr. Badr bin Hamad bin Hamoud Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister Osman Saleh discussed ways to further strengthen the brotherly and historical relations between the two countries, particularly in the economic and trade sectors. They also addressed various international and regional issues of mutual interest. In another news, Ambassador Sofia Tesfa Mariam, Eritrea's permanent representative to the United Nations, addressed the 49th annual meeting of the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the Group of 77 and China on 24 September. In her remarks, Ambassador Sofia noted that in the aftermath of a devastating war 80 years ago, the United Nations was founded on a visionary charter. While most nations of the global south were not present at its creation, the Charter's core principles, sovereign equality of all states, peaceful dispute resolution, and respect for territorial integrity were designed to promote a better life for all and protect humanity from fear, war, and deprivation. She stressed, however, that today the UN system and its noble objectives have been hijacked by hegemonic and greedy powers that have diverted it from its mission, turning it into a tool for coercion, unilateral agendas, and the perpetuation of an unjust global economic order. Ambassador Sofia emphasized that the solution is not to abandon multilateralism, but to reclaim its true spirit by reaffirming commitment to the UN Charter, international law, and the fundamental principle of non-interference in the internal affairs of states. She highlighted Eritrea's firm stance, underscoring its belief in a world based on international law, fair multilateralism, genuine cooperation, and sustainable development that leaves no one behind. Ambassador Sofia noted that, guided by principles of equality, justice and self-reliance, Eritrea embarked on nation-building after independence with bold ambitions, a clear vision and a comprehensive development plan. However, these were quickly tested by external hostilities, existential threats and unilateral coercion that continue to this day. Despite these challenges, she stated, Eritrea has emerged with greater determination and resilience. Today, more than ever, the country is ready to defend its independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity while striving for development and growth. For Eritrea, national sovereignty, self-reliance and ownership of development policy and philosophy are non-negotiable, she affirmed. Wrapping up her statement, Ambassador Sofia called on the group in this 80th anniversary year to commit not to a flat UN system, but to the vision it promised, a system that serves all nations equally, where every country, regardless of size or wealth, has an equal voice and an equal right to peace, development and justice. Still with your local reports, the National Union of Eritrean Women Mines sub-branch in Germany has participated in the Golden Jubilee of the Multicultural Festival of Mines City, displaying materials depicting the culture, history and ethnic diversity of Eritrea. The festival, held on 14 September, brought together communities of various countries and was conducted for the 50th time. At the festival, the Union branch organized a special reception for the administrator of Rhineland-Palatinate, Mr. Alexander Schweizer, the mayor of Mainz City, and other officials of the city. The viewers will be back shortly with their international reports and more, so stay tuned. Welcome back. India has successfully test-fired a rail-launched ballistic missile for the first time, placing it among a small group of nations capable of deploying nuclear-capable weapons from mobile train-based platforms. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh announced the breakthrough early today on X, sharing footage of the dramatic launch and calling the test a milestone for India's strategic capabilities. The missile tested was the Agni Prime, an intermediate-range nuclear-capable ballistic missile with a range of 2,000 kilometers, fired from a launch bed mounted on an Indian Railways locomotive. The launcher demonstrated India's ability to integrate advanced missile systems with rail mobility, a capability previously demonstrated only by Russia, the United States and China. In today's final report, the U.S. Geological Survey said that a 6.3 magnitude earthquake shook West and North Venezuela today, Wednesday 24. There were no immediate reports of any casualties or serious damage. The epicenter of the earthquake was located at a depth of 14 kilometers, some 27 kilometers from Mene Grande. A few hours later, the U.S. Geological Survey reported on another 5.8 magnitude earthquake, 28 kilometers from Mene Grande. Some 600 kilometers west of Caracas, Mene Grande is an oil town in a poorly populated area of the state of Zulia. Strong tremblers are not common in Venezuela, but yesterday's quake shook buildings and caused alarm in cities, including Caracas and Maracaibo. Dear viewers, that was it for today, but before we conclude, a quick recap of the top stories. Eritrean delegation holds bilateral meetings with various officials. Ambassador Sofia Tesfa Mariam addresses annual meeting of a group of 77 in China. India tests railway-based ballistic missile. And Venezuela hit by 6.3 magnitude earthquake. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with more news and developments. But until then, have a nice one.